Why do we do business? To create prosperity. Adele. Huh? In the process of creating prosperity, is it an intelligent thing to lose ourselves? We lose half of our health to gain wealth, and we try to spend, then we had to spend half of our wealth to regain back that health. Does it happen? It doesn't happen many times. So you need to take care of your wellness as well as the wellness of people working with you. As business leaders, entrepreneurs, industrialists, you are not living just for yourself. You have to live for so many people. So many people's families are dependent on you, isn't it? Now, these families which are dependent on us, we think we just give them a little bonus, little more rise in money. That is it. No. You have to see whether they are mentally, physically, emotionally okay. When a person has happiness in his life, he is able to perform well, do better. Someone who is in your own official setup, who is doing good work? Someone who is depressed, who is weak, who is worried, or someone who has a lot of enthusiasm? Huh? What type of workers you want in your setup? See, business goes up and down, correct? Business is never a plateau. If it's a plateau, it is not a business. You are not utilizing your 100%. You are just managing. No. Business should find its spikes. In these conditions, what type of employees you would like to have or colleagues you would like to have with you? Someone who stands with you, correct? If the moment someone else offers 1,000 rupees more, if your good employee leaves you and goes to another company, do you like it? There in the back. What is that you can do to keep the commitment of people? Seeing beyond the monetary gains. Have you ever thought about it? That is wellness, a sense of wellness, sense of belongingness. A sense of ownership in your own company. A sense of feeling, this is my company. I am building it up. That sense of responsibility. We can bring all these qualities of an ideal employee in our setup. It is not difficult. It's all just here. It's all in the mindset. Make people realize, if someone is giving 1 lakh rupee more than you, naturally, they will be tempted. Then you can tell them, you can go. I cannot afford to give you that much. But you lose your employees not for a very big margin, for smaller margins only. And that smaller margin, there they have more expenditure. Here they have more experience. And people would like to value their experience if we make them realize what they are into. If you can create a stress-free environment in your own setup, I tell you, nobody would like to leave your company. See, in our ashram, in our campus, we run 67 departments. We have more than 150 IITs and about 175 IIMs working in our setup, in our art of living. You will see one thing, there is a smile on everybody's face. There is contentment with everyone. There is a joy which money cannot buy. That joy, when it wells up in one's life, your productivity will go up. there is a cordial atmosphere, and your workload will be much less. And we can create such ideal situations. Once the chairman of the World Bank met with me. Yeah, the chairman of the World Bank met with me. He asked me, Gurudev, please tell us, share with us one secret. What is that you do, that all your projects are becoming successful with so little expenditure, and we are not able to, in spite of having all the money, we are not able to achieve that success. I told them it's not the money which brings success, it's something else. So we have designed the program for the World Bank, and it is part of their curriculum now. It's called TLEX program, Transforming Leadership. That totally, really, the whole setup got transformed. This knowledge is with us, but we have not utilized the knowledge how to train our mind to be more progressive, dynamic, happy. See, it is normal to have stress. What is the formula for stress? Too much to do, too little time and no energy. Is this not the situation we are all in? We have a lot to do, we have no energy and no time. This is why we get stressed. And we have to learn how to get over this, step over this stress like this. And that is what we teach, many techniques, small, big techniques. We have been teaching for 38 years. In the last 7-8 years, people have come up with mindfulness. The name mindfulness, you have all heard about it. It is nothing new. Mindfulness is just a small projection or reflection of what we have been doing all these 38 years. Mindfulness is just a portico of the house. It's not the house. Meditation is the house, real house. So through mindfulness, you go into meditation. Meditation is this substance. And they have taken, in the West, they have just taken a little bit from here and there, and all these things put together and call it mindfulness. But that's good. It's a good entry point, no doubt. Portico is good to enter into the house. But this knowledge, this wisdom of awareness, stress-free mind, disease-free body, belongs to this nation, or at least is born in this nation. Belongs to the whole world, of course, but born in this country. This, we have forgotten to use it. So often we have neglected that. I think now we are waking up. So I would suggest you to take only 20 minutes every day. Few minutes of breathing, few minutes of meditation that can keep your health and which can maintain the sharpness of your attention, and that at the same time creates a positive energy around you. We all have to create positive energy. When the situation is negative, when the share markets have crashed like anything, at least don't crash yourself. What do you say? We should not crash our mind, our heart. We should have the strength to endure. So businessmen need endurance, energy to withstand unexpected things in business, number one. Second, every businessman needs intuitive ability. Your success depends on your intuition. You have the right intuition at the right time. You got the thought, I need to do this, I had to invest in this. You invest. Intuition means what? Your action concludes in success. That is intuition. Culmination of action in success is intuition. Is it happening? If it's not happening, the original thought was wrong. Our idea was wrong. You got an idea to invest in somewhere and it did not take off at all. That means our intuition was lacking. So every businessman needs intuition, that gut feeling. Meditation gives you intuition. Meditation brings you endurance, number one, power to withstand eventualities. Number two, it improves your intuitive ability. Something will tell you, this is right, you do this. Something will tell you, don't do this. Don't put your money into that. This intuition is very important for you, business people. Third is innovation. Business cannot sustain, cannot grow if there is no innovation. If you are stagnant, if you are just carrying on what your father has given you, I tell you, it will keep going down only. You should innovate. And the innovation also comes from meditation. Now, if you have some questions, I will take those. And I would also recommend you all to start M&M at your workplace. You know what M&M means? It's not the chocolates that you get in America. It's meals and meditation. Give nutritious, good meal to your employees. And you can cut in their salary, but give them good balanced diet, food every afternoon, lunchtime. And then give them 10 minutes to meditate. We can initially take 3-4 days to get them trained. We have plenty of volunteers, they can train you. About 700 companies around the world are adopting this practice now in their part of their, routine, including World Bank, American Express, many companies. They're following meditations. So, 10 minutes of meditation and meal together. You will see the whole energy and atmosphere in the company becomes different. Productivity goes up. And sometime I would also like to tell you, spend some time with all your close, all your employees, with all the levels. Reach out to them, talk to them. Okay? That will be a good thing. Now, we have desktop yoga, what is called desktop yoga. What's in the video YouTube, you can use that when you are stressed, when you have to take an important decision. Just in 5-10 minutes, you can energize yourself. Yeah? Do this, you will see there is a difference. Now, how many of you have shoulder aches, shoulder pain, neck pain? Can you raise your hand? I'll tell you one technique about that. Only few of you. How many of you have headaches? Raise your hand. Okay. For some, everything is a headache. That's a different story. Yeah. So there is one exercise that you can do. You can stretch your hand like this. Stretch your hand in front of you. And then do like this. Both hands. I'm holding mic, that's why I'm stretching one hand. And tilt your hand up, forward, and up and down. Tilt your hand more so that your fingers are more tilting towards your shoulders. And now keep this in the back of your head. Like that. All the 4 fingers. Both hands. And then look left and right. Left and right. Just move your eyeballs. When you move your eyeballs, you will find something in your fingers. You will feel the movement of what your eyeballs in your fingers. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? There in the back, you move your eyes, you can feel it in your fingers, and look up and down and roll your eyes 3 times clockwise, roll your eyes, and 3 times anti-clockwise. Roll 3 times. And relax your. Now you see your neck. How many of you feel the relief? You have to feel relief. There is no way. You cannot do. You know, even Kerala in the Bharatanatyam, when they do the dance and then the Kathakali, what do? Kathakali? Eyes. They do all the action with the eyes only. Adale. You know? Mohiniyattam, Bharatanatyam. Eye movement very important. Your eye movement are connected to your brain, backside of the brain. Backside of the brain is connected with your stress. The hippocampus and the, amygdala, the center of your brain, the amygdala, is all connected with stress, emotions, all this. The eye movement makes the correction in it. So put your hands like this and move your eyes. It just takes a couple of minutes for you to get rid of all these pains in the body. Isn't it a good technique? Yes, no. You should express enthusiasm in life. Kindle the life back from within you. You know? When we are dead, we are dead. Then there's no life there. But when we are alive, it's not justified to be dead. When we are alive, we should be kicking and be alive and spread happiness. If each one of us become a fountain of happiness, the world becomes a better place to live in. And we have to give a better world to the coming generation. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Yes. Tell me at least loudly, yes or no? Yes. Our children need a better world, a more happier world. See, depression is taking over this planet. You must have read in the newspaper, England has started a loneliness ministry. 18% of the population feels lonely and depressed. 34% of 38% of Germany is depressed. Europe is depressed. India, we don't have percentage. Because we say, chalta hai sab. So, and even all the Prozac and antidepressant that people take, they don't work for all the time. They work for a little while and then they stop working. We need to create the centers of happiness. Do you agree with me? See, when you are hungry, you go to a restaurant, have food and come back. But when people are upset and miserable, unhappy, they go to movie, they get even more miserable because there is more violence in the movie. The hero is dying, a heroine is dying, something is happening, there is violence, and people see so much of violence and they become violent in their life. So like you want to do exercise, you go to gym, but there is no place they go when they feel not happy, when they feel suicidal, feel depressed. You don't want to go to a psychiatrist. Usually people don't go. They think, oh, it's a stigma. But if you feel little down, you need to go to a place where you can become happy. That's what I would call as happiness centers. We would need happiness centers. Every corner or on all four directions of a city. What do you say? Do you agree with me? Huh? A place where you go, get some knowledge, drop all your worries, tension, and come back with a big smile. So here in Kochi, we would need at least in 10 directions, 10 happiness centers. And we need more teachers to be trained, more volunteers to be trained, to bring wave of happiness in our country. Especially metropolitan cities, we need it all the more. Yeah? So in each of your business should act as a happiness center. We can provide you all the technology that is needed, all the assistance. You can make your company one of the happiest working place. How many of you want to do this? Your business, you want to make it a happiest place to work when people feel really really upbeat, full of energy, you know. Yes? There in the back? Yes? That's good. Let's do it. Let's make like that in every place, you know. A place where positive energy is so much that it doesn't succumb to the negative storm that is coming our way. Yeah? I know business industry is not doing well in this country at all. I know. Big challenge. Some of the policies have made it even harder, worse. Our growth has dropped. But we have to sustain, we have to withstand this and go forward. There is no looking back. What do you say? Yeah? There's no looking back. We have to go forward. Let's do it. Okay?